Good morning. Future editing me realized that I did not do a proper or any type of intro to my very first home touring vlog. I was trying to do two separate vlogs at the same time, and somehow or another, I totally missed doing an intro. But anyway, it's Monday morning. The clips that you're about to see is me on Saturday. I did tour two separate communities where I saw two homes in one community, two homes in the other community, a total of 4 homes. It was a long but fun day. I enjoyed every moment of it, and I hope you all will enjoy the clips that I prepared for you. I'm not a pro at this. Bear that in mind as you watch my clips. This was my very first real attempt at trying this, so I'm sure I'll get better as time progresses. We've got to find a new place to live. I don't know if I mentioned this in any of the vlogs as of yet, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it now. James was thinking that our lease was going to end on the first part of October. We got our notice from the apartment complex. They put it on our door, giving us like the 90-day aspect of leaving, what the lease would be like if we renewed and all of that. So our lease is not up until October 31st, meaning we've got an extra month before we actually will be moving. What I saw on Saturday, I'm going to need all this time because it's hard when you're looking at all these places and they're so beautiful. You can right away start picturing yourself being in them, thinking this is the one, this is the one. And then you see another one and it's like, no, this is the one. I do really want to take my time, and I really want to tour communities. I want to tour them in the mornings and the nights, on the weekends, on the holidays. I want to tour them at random times as well, because that's so important that you view the area that you're going to move in all aspects of it, because you never know, if you know what I mean. And this is a place that James and I want to spend the duration of our time here in Myrtle Beach out. So we definitely want to make sure it's a place that we love. That being said, let's go ahead and head out to these two fabulous communities and check out what's in store. I'll see y'all out there. my goodness. This is going to be hard. This is going to be so hard. I just saw their model. I didn't get as much footage in the model because I think I was a little bit nervous, like just trying to get started off, and this could be my future home. I'm probably going to say that about every place that I see. That's the whole point of it, is to find the places that you love. The 3-bedroom, not so much. I was not happy with the 3-bedroom at all, but the 2-bedroom, I am obsessed with. Oh my gosh, having a little porch on the front. The backyard was a real backyard, y'all. A real backyard.
The dining space. So you lose the dining space.
I was going, something was missing. I could not, I was like going, what? It's the dining space.
It's the dining space, but then you have this little island here.
Okay.
You can throw some bar stools on, and then you have a screened-in back patio with fan, and then fenced-in backyard.
Oh.
So you have plenty of space for all of your plants. They can live indoors or outdoors.
Okay.
Or maybe they can just go out for the day.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't. Oh, so you have the screen and you have a little yard. So if it's raining, you can still just sit out here and just.
Right.
Okay.
Now, our home. I hate landscape day. I'm so sorry.
No, I understand because I am the same way. So.
I'll walk out of there. So here's your primary. This is a king size
Oh,
bed.
okay. Okay.
You've got plenty of room.
Yeah. Yeah. I like those nightstands. That's so cute.
They're beautiful.
So there is plenty of room with the king size bed.
And then you got this gorgeous true ceiling, which elevates the height of the ceilings. And then you've got your 2 windows, so it still lets them light.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the master bath.
Yeah. You got the 2 sinks, ceiling to tile, or ceiling to floor tile, and then your closet.
Yeah, it's not a very big closet.
I told you it wasn't big.
I know, you warned me. But then we got this.
You have a linen closet, which is a great new space too.
Yeah.
Put another linen closet upstairs. Also install an additional roll of shelving, like down low, like so that you can do pants, tops, dresses,
Walk-in shower.
shower, office space. You can kind of do a lot of different things with
That headboard.
Queen size bed, I love it too.
Oh, I love that headboard.
With 2 end tables, but you see, like you could fit a king in here easily.
Yes.
And then this closet, step on this. Interior designers are deep.
Yeah.
Walk in.
And then what's this one?
So this in your home will be locked, but go ahead and take a look. It's our spooky attic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is great for storage space, but it makes me nervous because I was like, I don't want kids to get in there playing hide and go seek, fall through the ceiling.
Yes.
So we've decided as a whole, we're locking this down in all of the homes.
Makes sense, yeah.
It just hasn't been locked in here because
Right.
everyone's like, well, what is this? Straight away, you have your half bath. Your kitchen becomes more galley style. This home also features gray cabinets. We have Coras that also have gray cabinets.
Okay.
But then you get a dining and a living space.
And the 3 bedrooms are how much?
These start off at $20.99, so they're only $40 more than the 2 bedrooms.
Okay.
And the reason why is the 2 bedroom is 1,354 square feet. The 3 bedroom is 1,356 square feet. So this is only 2 square feet larger than the Cora.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then so your washer dryer are located here, just directly across. So it's not tucked in an alcove, but it is here.
Okay, okay.
One thing I love about this floor plan too, especially if you guys are just needing additional space or storage, This is the only garage door plan that has this little extra jet out of space right here.
Okay.
For additional storage.
Okay. Okay. I kind of like that because honestly, you know, we could always use this area for extra storage for winter clothes / summer, you know, like opposite seasons. Yes.
Just rotate clothes out.
Yeah. So that, you know, I love having that extra storage area.
Sure.
Which also, speaking of, okay, we have a garage, then we have
the one-car driveway.
a one-car driveway. So 2 cars, each person have, I guess, room for 2 cars.
We do have additional, you'll see on our site plan that I'll show you here, like certain spots, depending on where you choose in the community, we have little overflow parking spots, like right here in front of these buildings. You can't hardly see because everybody else has screened it in. But in our other home, actually dead across, you can see it's a much larger slider. So it became a 10-foot slider, so it goes from like here.
Okay.
So it's much wider, so it lets in a lot of that lighting.
Okay.
Well, then we also have this as an end unit as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. It's like a dead view of the pond.
Okay. Oh, I want to drive by that one.
Okay, yeah.
I want to drive by there.
Bathroom is wider, which I love.
Okay.
You still have the dual vanities. You still have the linen closet. It's tucked here behind the door.
Okay.
There's much wider bathrooms. You've got more space in here.
Yeah.
Same walk-in shower, and then how about this one? Does this work?
Yeah. I'm already going, yeah.
Much better, and then this one.
Much better.
And then yet again, like if you need additional shelving here and here,
You
we
will.
can do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
This, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. So far, I like it. Okay.
It's just behind this door.
So there's the
Yeah,
tub.
there's the top.
And then.
More than a day.
So, I mean, there's storage to be had.
Especially in this home.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely. And then the third back bedroom.
Gosh, I really like this.
Good. And then you've got your other closet here. And it's just the exact same size as that room over there. It's just mirrored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tough. This is going to be one of the toughest things I'll ever have to do. I'm going to have to decide on a place to live. Okay. The $2,000 budget, everything I've seen today has been a tad bit over the $2,000 budget, which is not good. But at the same time, I'm wondering if realistically we're going to be able to do that. We're going to have to talk about it and figure it all out. I just saw a cottage and I also just saw a townhome, which has a screened-in patio and it overlooks a lake. So that's a plus. This is going to be hard. I'm overwhelmed at the beauty of what I'm seeing right now. I just don't know what to say. I'm just excited. Now that we've visited 2 beautiful communities and seen 4 homes, let's talk about them. I will be sharing with you some of the pros and cons of the 2 communities that I visited, seeing 4 homes. I'm going to start out with the first community that I visited. The very first home that I saw was a duplex. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath duplex. We'll start with the pros. Lighting, superb. Closet space was excellent. And it had a large backyard. Absolutely loved the backyard. And also the master bedroom was large enough to have a king-size bed in it. Let's talk about the cons. The number one con and a deal breaker for us personally, for what we're looking for, there was no dining space. You will see it in the clip. It was a very large island with bar stools in the front, acted as an island as well as a kitchen table. And for what James and I are looking for in a home, that was not going to work for us. The other thing that I'm going to call a con, and I'm going to say it's a borderline con, is the fact that there was no screened-in patio area because the backyard was so large and beautiful. I could totally see myself overlooking the fact that I didn't have a screened in patio if there would have been a space for a dining room table. The second unit that I visited in this community was a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. I think the only real pro to this particular home was that it was a 3-bedroom. I did not like this one at all. Again, in this particular space, there was no place for a dining room table. The master bedroom was small, and not only was the master bedroom small, but the master closet was like a long wasted space with a closet at the end of like a long narrowed space that you could do nothing with. So I didn't really understand the master closet at all. Wash and dry units were upstairs, which wasn't something that would matter with me either way, except for in the laundry room, the hot water heater was openly exposed. I deal with a phobia that I don't think I would be comfortable walking in there every day looking at the wash and dry unit. I knew that long term that would probably bother me. That was also a con. Now let's go to our next community. That unit was a 2-bedroom with 2.5 bathrooms with a master downstairs and the second bedroom upstairs. That unit was beautiful to look at. It was absolutely gorgeous. It offered a 1-car garage with a 1-car driveway. Lighting was a pro and a con all at the same time. That was something that I would have to play around with a little more to know exactly if the lighting would work in that home. The kitchen was absolutely beautiful. I love the white cabinets. I love the way the space was set up. I love how it had a little pantry area that was separate in a little nook as well as a little laundry room. Was not a walk-in laundry room, but it did come with the little storage area above the wash and dry unit, and the wash and dry units were side by side. It did have a screened-in patio along with a little fenced-in yard, which I really, really loved. Units in this community had gas ranges, which I never really gave it a lot of thought, but then after I saw that it was a gas range, I was a little bit intrigued and thought that might be fun cooking on gas. Seeing as how I think I've only lived in one place that I had a gas range, and I do remember it taking me a little bit to figure it all out, but I kind of thought that as a challenge and a welcome challenge. The cons. The lighting, I'm going to say, was a pro and a con. I'm not real sure how I felt about it. This was a con for both of the units that I saw in this community. The parking. The parking was a little bit strange in that you did have a 1-car garage, which was a pro, but for your guest parking, that would be a little bit of a challenge. Guest parking was kind of weird. It was throughout the community in various weird spaces throughout the community, as well as guests could park over by the office area, but there was no street parking. So when your guests came to visit, they could possibly have somewhat of a little bit of a walk to get to your actual unit. Of course, because it was a 1 garage parking and they were both 1 driveway, you could possibly be maneuvering your cars back and forth, letting one person out when people are not leaving at the same time to go to work or go to the store or whatever. So that would be a little bit of a challenge. I don't think it was enough of a con to make me not want the unit. Let's talk about the 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath that I saw, which was the last one that I visited. That particular unit really got me excited because I could honestly see myself living in that unit. A pro that I didn't mention for all of the units in both of the communities, they were all new builds. So we would be the first people living in them, and that is definitely a pro. But getting back to the last unit that I toured, it had a large open living and dining room space. Was definitely enough space for my kitchen table. In this particular unit, in the garage, there was extra space for storage. This one too had the screened-in patio as well as a fenced-in area outside of the screened area. The cons for this unit, again, I'm going to say the lighting was a little bit, and I didn't notice this until later on when I was thinking about the unit. I realized that there was only 1 window / an open door area that was in the downstairs area, which was a fairly good sized window. It went from ceiling to floor basically, but that was going to be the only lighting that would come in, which is fine if it's facing the right way. The lighting, I'm going to say a borderline a con. I would have to determine once I knew which unit I would be moving into if I was to choose that particular community. The second and the third bedroom, the closets were a lot smaller, but still, I mean, decent amount of closet space. So all in all, I would honestly say that the last unit that I toured was my favorite. I love the very first 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit, but not having the dining room area was just not going to work for me. I love the fact that the masters all offered enough space for a king size bed, except for that first 3-bedroom. I'm not real sure if that one would have enough space for a king size bed, but the 2 bedrooms and the 3rd unit that I saw definitely had enough space for a king size bed, which did make me very happy because I would love to go back to my king size bed. I want to add something. If you are looking for a home, whether it's to rent, to buy, whatever, before you sign on the dotted line, make sure you visit that unit over and over and over again. Because I'll be honest with you, when I saw that first 2-bedroom unit, I was so excited. It was the model home, so it was decorated so beautifully. I never noticed that there was not a dining room table until I went to the second 2-bedroom unit. And I'm looking at it thinking, there's something missing. And I couldn't put my finger on it because, again, that was the model home. It was highly decorated. Everything just was so in place that my mind totally slipped by the fact that there was not a dining room table area. That was something that I totally overlooked, which could have caused a bit of a problem if I didn't catch it when I did. In the 4th unit that I loved so much, I didn't really think about the lighting until I was home, lying in bed, and I started to think there was only one window in that home. You can easily get overwhelmed with all the beautiful things that you see, especially in a new build, I think, because everything is brand new. It smells brand new. You walk in, you're just overwhelmed with all the newness, and you can sometimes not realize some of the things that are so important to you, like having perfect lighting. The kitchen area is absolutely beautiful. If I could make the lighting work, it would be perfect for filming the cooking videos, but I am a little bit concerned about the lighting in those units because there is only one window. Now, she did mention that if I chose a in unit, if one was available, I would actually have an extra window on the side, but I'm not real sure which unit she was talking about that was a factor in, because we talked about so many different aspects of the unit. That is my take on the 2 communities that I visited. I love both of the communities. The communities themselves were absolutely gorgeous on both ends. The pool area, the workout area, all of that was above and beyond. They were new builds, so everything was still very clean and very pretty. It's just a matter of finding the space that's going to work perfectly for me and James. I am excited about visiting more communities and making some comparisons. If you made it this far, thank you for allowing me to come into your life, into your home, and allowing me to take you on my quest to find us a new home here in Myrtle Beach. If you're watching and you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications, give this video a thumbs up. And if you are a returning subscriber, you already know the love I feel for you. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.